coughs. Pipes exhale. Steel teeth chew the rail. Stare at the cracks in the platform tile. Brown stained map of a quiet denial. Body in a jacket, barcode eyes. Turnstile kiss leaves a mark on the thighs. Escalator drone, artificial breeze. Billboards peeling like infected skin. Breathing in rusts, chewing on dusts. Every step weighed, metal within. Precious skin. Tight around the frame. I am the labor. You are the claim. Precious skin. Grinding in the gears. All this machinery. Eating our fears. Skeleton scaffold naked in the rain. Rivets like bullets in a welded vein. Forklift valley in a loading bay. Forks lift bones, not just freight today. Clock with a siren instead of a chime. Hands sweep blood across factory time. Face in the glass, blurred by the grime. Jaw wide shut, teeth keeping in the crime. Precious skin. Tight around the frame. I am the labor. You are the claim. Count the bolts. Count the breaths. Count the brakes. In the wall. Ear to the engine. You hear it. That little human knock. Trying to talk through the block. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Fluorescent flicker drills into the skull. Shadow of a man on a loading hull. Spine like rebar bent out of spec. Hard like a piston punch in the neck. Barcode tongue, catalog sweat. Hands are tools that the tools forget. City is a carcass wired to move. Twitching on cues it can approve. Pressure skin. Tight around the frame. I am the labor. You are the claim. Nothing escapes. Only the hinge of your jaw clicking like a relay. A finger lifts AirPods. Somewhere. A beam shudders. Rehearse new verbs in the sockets of our shoulders. Wrists drawing diagrams the air remembers. Heel on concrete, a coded stomp, the room takes note. Dust rises in agreement. Knuckles graze iron, a bright, brief scream. Syllables of rust fall to the floor in flakes. Listen to the spine, each vertebra like beads on a broken rosary. The signal is this, a turn of the neck, precise, mechanical, a quiet decapitation of doubt. Palms open, 2 blank pages pressed to invisible glass, waiting for impact. We tire of the alphabet, its thin excuses. We ask the hinge, the weld, the bruise, every scrape a statement, every recoil reply. You raise your arm, not to speak, but to carve a path through charged, resistant air. Your back arches, a bracket holding up the unsaid, until it trembles. Metal meets metal, sharp report, short echo. The room flinches once, then understands. The tongue retires, a rusted tool on a bench. Calves twitch, fingers flick, eyelids beat their tiny drums. Here, gesture replaces language, and the body arcs with the world and blows and breathe and turn it. In the teeth of the wheel, you clock in, you click on, you consent. Steel dust on my tongue, I breathe the factory air, fluorescent hum in my skull, red digits blink in my chest, my spine, barcode and cable, my pulse, a scheduled event. Functional alienation, I break to keep it running. Body as extension of a system that is humming. Functional alienation. This distance is the glue. If I felt it, I'd refuse. Concrete sweats in the stairwell. Lift, door, stutter, stall. I wait between floors, half man, half freight. Voice on the intercom, orders wrapped in static. short, sharp, then the long ring bleeds into the room. Footsteps, not mine, but measured inside my skull. I stand at the edge of an argument about meaning, purpose, failure, watching mouths move in slow mechanical arcs. I map their patterns, pulse, pause, repeat, like a factory line, counting syllables instead of screws. My hands hang loose, unclaimed, as if they belong to the air beside me. Somebody laughs too loud, the sound grazes my ribs, keeps going like a train that doesn't stop here. In a dim corridor, fluorescent buzz of appealing pain, a man is crying into his phone, smearing his future across the tiny screen. I track his breathing 4 counts in 7 counts, shuddering out a broken metronome, clicking through someone else's disaster. I do not rush in, I do not turn away, I hover at the threshold like dust in a beam seen, but unclaimed. There is a ritual in every room, chairs and coffee cups, eyebrows lifting on cue. The choreography of agreement, I trace the orbit like a scientist, plotting the path of an unfamiliar planet. I feel heat, but not its story, hear music, but not its promise. I am the gap between the timpani strike and the echo on the far wall. I am the outline where a person would be. A cello moan somewhere below would complaining under a disciplined hand. I follow the vibration as it threads through the floor, through my shoes, through the bones of my ankles. I listen until the note stops, and what's left is breathing, humming wires, distant traffic. Inside that hush, thoughts rise like smoke, then thin out, lose their shape, return to simple weather. I walk through the city, a lens with legs, everything passing through, nothing sticking. Faces flicker, names do not arrive. Stories bloom and close like doors, automatic hinges. Somewhere a drum line of engines, a clash of cutlery, a shout, a kiss, a slam drawer. All of it right here on the skin of a moment. And I remain a detached presence, clear as glass, thick as fog, unmoved and impossibly near. Close to Mike, the room moves first. Air fidgets. Lights tremble on their hooks. I do not. A metal bar swings, learns the language of gravity, meets the concrete like a slammed door that forgot its owner. I mark the impact, not with flinching, but with breath held evenly like a line drawn with a ruler. Through a riot, your eyes twitch, mine do not. Stillness is not absence, it is occupation, a flag planted in the territory of reaction. Every impulse a dog straining at the leash, every silence my unbroken fist. A count each urge like loose screws in my palm, shining, sharp, unspent. You mistake movement for meaning, noise for necessity. Watch the hammer hurl itself at steel, spark, scream, recoil, again. Now watch my hand hover above the switch, unmove the whole machine, waiting on one finger. Power lives in the half second between signal and surrender. In that hinge I sit a lock joint, a closed jaw. Control is not loud, it is the refusal to dance when the siren begs. Hear this. Armor of quiet muscle, this discipline of stillness. I become the blank space your heartbeat writes against. You flail, you fill the air with apologies and explanations. I answer with a single, unmoved breathe. Chairs scrape, doors slam, names are thrown like tools against the wall. I remain the axis around which these objects orbit, burning out. Control is simple, brutal, unadorned. I decide what rises, what rests. In this factory of reflex, I am the fault in the circuit. The hammer falls, the drum convulses, the world convulses. I do not. The discipline of stillness is the hand that never lifts and still moves everything. A door slams somewhere down the hall. You don't call it music. You call it proof. A bottle rolls once, glass on concrete, each shiver of contact. A tiny confession. Someone was careless or drunk or chased. The sound is a fingerprint, already fading. A siren bends around corners. You never see the car. Only the Doppler smear spreading across your window like a rumor. A pipe strikes another pipe, not a beat, an impact. Two objects negotiating, who yields, who rings longer. In the stairwell, footsteps, heavy than light, pause on the third step. He's deciding, turn back or go on. You hear decision as rhythm anxiety. Up to cadence. Pages torn from a notebook, ripped in a slow, steady strip. Fibers protesting in sequence, a private argument documented in tiny screams of paper. You call it noise, but your pulse adjusts to it. Sinks, resets, sinks again.
Distant, dissonant vowels with no language, mouths opening a pure alarm. That crowd remembering something awful all at once.
song. It is a crime scene where the body never appears, only the echoes of what touched it. The scrape on steel, the breath caught short, the chair tipped over every click and crack, a timestamp. Listen closely, the building is talking. Thermal expansion in the beams. Pipes settling, rats debating, rain interrogating the roof. Each tiny strike says, I was here, I happened, believe me. Your ear becomes an archive, not of melodies, but of motives. You reconstruct the unseen from pressure waves alone. Rhythm as alibi, pattern as story. You follow the cluster of hits, backward through air, through walls, to a hand that moved, to a thought that twitched, to a choice.
Sound treat as evidence, not beauty, not order, just residue.
When the room falls silent, the case goes cold. Events keep rotting in memory, but every so often a floorboard sighs, a hinge complains, and you remember something happened here. Even if you never hear the music. listen to what happens after the strike. The echo limps away. The floor remembers. Air folds back into waiting. A beam swings, finds the rusted plate. Impact. A brief confession. Then, the real event. The long-held breath. Between shivers in the steel. Thought lives there, in the hanging dust. Might catches nothing, but the weight of it. You flinch at the blow. I flinch at the pause. That stretch of blank tape where intention hums. Count the gaps, not the scars. Measure the distance between your blinks. Each quiet interval files its teeth on your nerves, slow, deliberate. This is the grammar of the unseen, hard consonants of impact, floating in a field of unsaid vowels. We name the hits, catalog the dents, but the meaning sits cross-legged in the dark. In the space between identity rearranges. Fear walks upright, time loses its spine. Another strike, farther off this time, like a door closing on a memory. The ring disappears, yet your body waits for a sound that never comes. Hold that right there, where anticipation stares back, close to the mic. When the hammer sleeps, the world speaks clearly. Not a noise in the corridors between each blow. An empty hall, seats folded up, exit signs humming over, nothing. A red light that never blinks, waiting to be told it's recording. I clear my throat for no one. Place the chair exactly on its tape mark. I say, this is where I break to the dust in the rafters, to the cracks in the paint. Metal on metal, a bar drops, scrapes the floor, starts spinning in place. Every sound a signal coded, precise, every signal received by none. I rehearse the apology into the dark, word by word, like beads between fingers. A spotlight lifts on an unmarked square, stage tape peeling, curling in slow refusal. I bow to the back row of absent silhouettes. The air does not clap, the walls do not rise. fire door stairs, unmoved. All the rhythms of falling tools, rust rattling in steel lungs, pipes stutter like bad memories, a sheet of metal screams and still. Evidence piles up that I existed here, only as friction, only as heat. My breath goes out, measured, mechanical, timed with each impact of the unseen mallet. I sign the program with an unreadable name, fold it, place it on an empty seat. When the act is finished, nothing changes shape. The room keeps its secrets perfectly. This was a performance for no witness. The only proof is how the silence leans in afterward. Almost whisper. The room hums, not from power, from waiting, from thinking about thinking. Metal teeth hang above an empty belt. Nothing passing. Only time. Attention is a rusted arm, hydraulic, hesitant, half remembering. It creeps toward a switch, millimeter by millimeter, joints grinding, oil long since evaporated. A light blinks, then forgets to blink. The arm keeps reaching for the thought that already left somewhere. A conveyor crawls, carrying one object the size of a question. Each rotation slower than the last time you checked the clock. You call it focus, as if it chooses, but it is only gearing. Teeth catching teeth. In this factory of noticing, nothing is urgent. Signals arrive as bruised echoes. A face becomes statistics. A word becomes resonance in a pipe. Every impulse cued in the dark, filed under. Eventually, the machine does not rush. It dilates, it stalls, it circles the same bolt twice. It studies the shadow of your hand on the desk instead of the work itself. You feel it misalign, cog to cog, a soft clank each time you try again. Attention moves like cold molasses in steel veins. Not a spotlight, a slow crane swinging over nothing. By the time it reaches the target has changed shape. tension grinding on long after you look away. Already built. We enter like evidence, breathe in the rafters, footsteps as a counting system, a gesture repeats until it stops meaning anything except itself. The metal plate falls, same angle, same impact, each strike, a signed confession that pattern exists. Before intention, before story, before regret. I raise my hand, not to speak, only to mark the distance between start and stop, between inhale and answer, between the first hit and the bruise that remembers it happened, even when the words refuse to cooperate. Listen, content is the costume, the script is an alibi. We rehearse our justifications, but the spine is rhythm, a line followed by another line, followed by silence that we pretend is choice. The form sharpens every repetition, shaves off options, leaves only do it again, do it again, do it again, until even disobedience keeps the tempo, until even refusal arrives on the beat. So we walk the grid, we sit where we're placed, we nod on the cue, we flinch on the downbeat. It looks like belief, feels like meaning, but it's only this shape held long enough to be mistaken for truth. Structure as a ritual act, not what we say inside it, not the symbols we decorate with, only the path we trace around the empty center. Again, 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 again. A word left its body, kept the outline, lost the pulse. It stands like a coat on a nail, shaped for someone who never comes back. Once we lived in this idea, left fingerprints on every sentence, steam on every mirror of it. Now it's climate controlled, archived, labeled for research, handled with gloves and grant money. Students circle it like a drained fountain, taking notes on where the water used to be. Hear that? Distant, That's the sound of a definition cooling. Pages turn themselves in an empty reading room. Ink remembering it used to mean us. We built rituals around it. Small movements, shared glances, coded jokes and kitchen light. Then we moved out. Left the furniture inside. Left the pictures hung. Left the key in the door. Now the meaning remains uninhabited, like a muscle still flexed after the mind lets go. It appears in headlines and mission statements and careful speeches spoken over catered food. People nod at the right intervals, mouths forming syllables that never touch their teeth. Who lives in a world where nobody feels it? Who pays the rent on an empty belief? Is an idea still alive when it only repeats itself in policy and password? In Austria, daylight hums through the grid. Machines reciting what used to be a question. We dance in this echo chamber rhythm, hips translating impact while the mind hangs back, observing meaning flickers on the walls like emergency exit signs, always lit, rarely seen. I walk through it slowly, count the layers of dust, each a former certainty.